My fiancé said during our engagement party, I only said yes because the ring was beautiful. I never wanted to marry you. She was drunk. I replied, thanks for the honesty. Then I took the ring off her finger in front of 80 guests. When she sobered up the next morning and realized what she'd done, I, 32 male, am still processing what happened at my engagement party. It's been less than a week, and honestly, I'm just running on autopilot at this point. So my fiancé, 29, and I had been together 4 years. Solid relationship, or so I thought. Got engaged about 6 months back. The ring? Yeah, let's talk about the ring. She'd been dropping hints for literally a year. Screenshots from jewelry stores, Instagram posts she'd accidentally show me, casual mentions about her friends' engagement rings. Real subtle stuff. The ring she wanted was specific. 2-carat diamond, platinum band, the whole deal. Cost me $15,000. I know, but I loved her, wanted her to be happy, saved up for over a year. Worth it, right? Wrong. Engagement party was last weekend. Big venue, about 80 people, both families, all our friends, co-workers. We'd been planning this thing for weeks. Everything was perfect. Open bar, good food, nice decorations. Everyone was having a great time. By late evening, most people were pretty buzzed. My fiancé had been going hard on the champagne all night. Like, way more than usual. But whatever, she was celebrating. Her friends were all there. Everyone was happy. Then we were standing near the bar with a group of her college friends. Her maid of honor was gushing about the ring. Standard stuff. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. You're so lucky. When did you know he was the one? My fiancé laughed. That drunk laugh, that's too loud. Honestly, I only said yes because the ring was beautiful. I mean, look at this thing. She held up her hand, admiring it like it was the last slice of pizza. I never actually wanted to marry him. Everything stopped, like someone hit pause on the whole room. I just stared at her. Babe, what? She turned to me, swaying a bit. What? It's true. You're like, fine, I guess. But this ring? This ring is perfect. More people were looking now. Conversations dying out around us. My mom had stopped talking mid-sentence across the room. The maid of honor tried to save it. She's just drunk, she doesn't mean. I totally mean it, my fiancé cut her off. I told my sister last year, if he gets me the right ring, I'll say yes. And he did. Mission accomplished. She actually giggled. Something just clicked. Cold clarity. All those weird little moments over the past year suddenly made perfect sense. Thanks for the honesty, I said, nice and calm. Then I took her left hand and slid the ring off her finger. What are you doing? She tried to pull away, but her drunk coordination wasn't helping. Keeping what's mine, I said, loud enough that people could hear. Since that's apparently all you wanted anyway. Pocketed the ring. She stared at her bare finger like I just cut it off. Wait, no, I was joking, baby, I was kidding. Were you? I looked around at everyone watching with their phones out. Did that sound like a joke? Nobody said anything. A few people actually shook their heads no. Her mom came rushing over. What's going on? Ask your daughter, I said. I'm leaving. Walked out. Didn't look back. Heard her crying behind me. Heard her mom freaking out. Heard the murmur of 80 people trying to process what just happened. Got in my car. Sat there for a minute. Then just drove home. Sat in my apartment for a while, just staring at the ring on my coffee table. Then my phone started blowing up. Her. Oh me, I'm so sorry. I was drunk, I didn't mean it. Please come back. Everyone's asking, what happened? Her. You're embarrassing me. Notice how fast it went from sorry to blaming me? Yeah. Her mom. You need to come back right now and fix this. Her sister. Way to humiliate her at her own party. Real mature. Blocked all of them. Called the venue and explained I wouldn't be paying the remaining balance since, no engagement. The coordinator was actually super cool about it. Said she'd seen the whole thing go down. Mentioned the videographer definitely got it on camera. Perfect. Evidence. Went to bed, slept better than I had in months, honestly. Update 1. Next morning, early, pounding on my door wakes me up. My ex-fiancée, looking absolutely wrecked. Still in her party dress, mascara everywhere, hair like she'd been electrocuted. We need to talk, she says when I open the door. Nope. Started closing it. She stuck her foot in. Please, I was drunk. You can't just end 4 years over a drunk mistake. Wasn't the drunk part that bothered me, I said. It was the honest part. That's not fair. People say stupid things when they're drunk. Yeah? Or do they just say what they're actually thinking without the filter? Full waterworks started. I love you. I want to marry you. Please, can we just talk? Here's where I messed up. I let her in. We sat on opposite ends of the couch. She went into this whole explanation. Nervous about the party, drank too much, her friends were being competitive about rings, felt pressured to seem excited, blah blah blah. So where's the part where you actually want to marry me? I asked. She hesitated. That pause told me everything. I do want to marry you, I'm just scared. Marriage is big. You weren't too scared to plan a whole wedding, send save the dates, register at 3 different stores. That's different. How? Nothing. She had nothing, so she pivoted. Can I at least have my ring back while we figure this out? No. It's my ring. Actually, it's mine until we get married. Conditional gift, look it up. Her face went red. You're being petty. It was meant for me. It was meant for someone who wanted to marry me, not someone who wanted jewelry. She tried the soft approach, reaching for my hand. Baby, I'm sorry. Can we please work through this? Go to counseling? Work through what? You deciding if I'm worth more than the ring. That's not. You're twisting my words. I'm repeating your words from last night in front of 80 people. She stood up fast, anger replacing the tears. Fine, keep the ring. I'll buy my own. But this is on you. You gave up on us. Sure, I'm the bad guy. She slammed the door so hard my neighbor's dog started barking. Couple hours later, her dad called. Usually reasonable guy, not today. Son, my daughter is devastated. What you did was cruel. What she said was crueler. She was drunk. You humiliated her publicly. She humiliated herself publicly. I just didn't pretend it didn't happen. You could have handled it privately. Why? So she could lie about it later? At least now there's witnesses. You need to return that ring and apologize. Not happening. Then we have a problem. No, sir. Your daughter has a problem, not mine anymore. He hung up on me. That afternoon, my brother showed up with pizza and beer. Didn't ask questions, just let me talk. Finally asked what I'd been avoiding thinking about. Did you ever suspect? Honestly, sometimes. She was always more excited about wedding stuff than us stuff. The venue, the dress, the photos. Never talked about where we'd live long term, kids, real life things. And you still proposed? I loved her. Thought maybe she'd grow into it. He shook his head. You dodged a bullet. Expensive bullet. Better than a divorce. True. Later that night, the maid of honor messaged me. We'd never really talked much before. Hey, you should know something. She's planning to post on social media that you broke up with her for no reason and stole her ring. Just warning you. Thanks. Why tell me? Because what she said was messed up. I've heard her say similar things when she's drunk before. Her friends enable it. Someone needs to not appreciate it. So she's gonna try to control the narrative. Cool. Called the venue coordinator. Asked if I could get the footage from the party, specifically the bar area. Oh honey, she said, I already had the videographer save that part separately. Figured you'd need it. 10 minutes later, crystal clear video in my inbox. My ex saying exactly what she said, perfect audio, witnesses reacting, everything. Insurance policy. Update 2? She posted. Obviously. Long, tearful paragraph about how her fiancé abandoned her at their engagement party over a misunderstanding and cruelly took back the ring in front of everyone, and how she's devastated and humiliated. Comments flooded in, her friends rallying, calling me controlling, abusive. Some mutual friends asking what really happened. My friends defending me, but getting drowned out. Her mom shared it with her own sob story about narcissistic men. Watched it happen in real time, my phone exploding. Some believing her, some believing me, most just confused. I waited 3 hours. Let her post get traction. Let her think she controlled the story. Then I posted the video. Just the video. No caption needed. Her words, clear as day. I only said yes because the ring was beautiful. I never actually wanted to marry him. The shocked faces. Me taking the ring. Her trying to laugh it off. The response was nuclear. Within an hour, her post had hundreds of new comments. People calling her out, demanding she take down the lies. Her friends trying to defend her but looking stupid. She deleted her post. Too late. Screenshots everywhere. Then the calls. Her, how dare you post that? It was private. It was at a public party with 80 witnesses and a videographer. You're trying to ruin my life. I'm telling the truth. You lied about it. Her sister. You're trash. One mistake and you destroy her? She made the mistake. I'm just not covering for her. Her dad, take that video down now or I'm calling my lawyer. Cool, I'll wait. I actually called my own lawyer, buddy from college who does family law, showed him everything. He laughed. She said this at a public event, you have footage you have rights to and she's lying about it online? He was grinning. Dude, if anything you could sue her for defamation. But don't. Just document everything and lock up that ring. Can she demand it back? Nope. Engagement rings are conditional gifts here. No marriage, no ring. It's yours. What if she claims common law marriage? 4 years dating, living separately? You're fine. Don't give her anything in writing saying you'll reconsider. Good to know, but her family wasn't done. Her mom started calling my mom. Mistake. My mom is sweet until you mess with her kids. Different beast. Mom's recap. Her mom, your son humiliated my daughter. My mom, your daughter humiliated herself. She was drunk, it was a joke. My mom, 80 people didn't laugh. Neither did I. Her mom, he needs to apologize and return that ring. For what? Not marrying someone who admitted she didn't want to marry him? I raised my son better than to be second choice to jewelry. Her mom hung up. My mom was actually proud. Never liked her anyway, Mom admitted over takeout Tuesday. Remember when she made you return the first ring? I'd forgotten. I'd initially bought a different ring, about 7 colors, beautiful vintage piece. My ex literally cried when she saw it. Disappointed tears. Said she couldn't post photos of that ring. Made me return it and get the expensive one. Should have seen it then. Wednesday, her sister showed up at my work. Security called me down. You need to make this right, she said. She's depressed, barely eating. Your fault. Her fault for saying what she said. People make mistakes. People face consequences. She wants to talk, work things out. I don't. 4 years means nothing? 4 years meant everything to me. Apparently meant nothing to her except a path to an expensive ring. She loves you. She loves weddings. Big difference. New tactic. What about the deposits? Venue, caterer, photographer? She can't afford to lose that money. There it is. Not my problem. She broke the engagement. You broke it by taking the ring. After she said she never wanted to marry me. Can you at least pay half? It's only fair. What's fair is her paying all of it. You're vindictive. Security started walking over. She backed off. This isn't over. Yeah, it is. My boss saw the whole thing on security cameras. Called me in. Everything okay? Explained briefly. He nodded. Your ex sounds insane. Keep that ring locked up. My ex-wife tried something similar. Don't give an inch. Appreciated that. Thursday night message request on Facebook. My ex's high school best friend. Barely knew her. Hey, this is weird, but you should know something. Your ex has been planning to upgrade her ring since you got engaged. She told us at her bachelorette party she was going to hint after the wedding about wanting a bigger stone. Direct quote. Once I have his last name, he'll do anything to make me happy. Screenshot attached. Group chat from the bachelorette party. Clear as day, 4 years. She'd been playing a long game. The friend continued. I felt sick hearing it, but didn't know what to do. We're not really friends anymore. When I saw what happened at your party, figured you deserved to know. Thanked her, saved the screenshots. Added them to my evidence folder. Friday morning, registered letter from a lawyer she'd hired. Demanded, 1. Ring returned within 10 days. 2. Payment of 50% of wedding deposits, $12,000. 3. Written apology for public humiliation and defamation. 4. Video removed from social media, or they'd sue for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Called my lawyer immediately. He read it and laughed. This is hilarious. Who's her attorney? Told him. Oh man, bottom tier ambulance chaser. She found him on a billboard. Forward this. 2 hours later, my lawyer sent their lawyer a response. Professional but brutal. Ring is legally mine per state law. Wedding deposits are her responsibility. Truth is absolute defense against defamation. Video was public event footage. Further harassment would result in counterclaims. CC'd me on it. Beautiful. Her lawyer never responded. But the entitlement wasn't done. Not even close. Few days later, Sunday morning, I get a call from my apartment building manager. Hey, got a complaint about you. Anonymous tip that you've been harassing a female resident and making threats. My blood went cold. What? I live alone. I haven't harassed anyone. Figured it was BS, but I have to follow up. Caller said they were concerned about domestic violence. I don't have a girlfriend. I just broke off an engagement. My ex has been the one showing up here. Can you prove that? I have a Ring camera. Shows her showing up multiple times. I can send you footage. Do that. This smells like someone trying to get you kicked out. Sent him the footage. Her showing up, pounding on my door, sitting on my doorstep. All of it. Yeah, that's what I thought, he said. I'll note this in the file. If she shows up again, call the cops. So she tried to get me evicted. Cool. Real cool. Then came the social media assault. But not from her directly. Smart. Her friend started a whisper campaign, posting vague things about controlling men and financial abuse and taking back gifts out of spite. Never naming me, but everyone knew. Comments on my old posts. Not mean, just pointed. Hope you're okay, with a sad face. Praying for healing from people who never talked to me before, making me look like the bad guy without saying it. Her college roommate posted a whole thread about men who use money to control women and how taking back an engagement ring is a form of abuse. Blew up. Thousands of likes. I didn't respond, didn't engage, just screenshotted everything and sent it to my lawyer. Building a pattern, he said. If this escalates, we have grounds for a restraining order. Tuesday, her mom tried a different approach, showed up at my mom's book club. Yes, really. My mom called me after. She was pissed. That woman cornered me at book club, started crying about how you broke her daughter's heart and stole her ring, and she doesn't understand how I raised such a cruel son. What'd you say? I told her, maybe she should have raised a daughter who doesn't lie about loving someone for their money. Then I left, not going back to that book club. Mom, I'm sorry. Don't apologize. That woman is delusional. Her daughter played you for 4 years and she's mad you ended it? My mom doesn't get mad often. When she does, it's impressive. Wednesday night late, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? This is Detective Morrison with the police department. I need to ask you some questions about an incident involving your ex-fiancée. My heart stopped. What incident? She filed a report claiming you've been stalking her and making threats. Can you tell me your whereabouts over the past week? I've been at work or at home. I haven't contacted her at all. She's been the one showing up at my apartment. I have camera footage. Can you send that to me? Sent everything. Ring camera footage, screenshots of her texts, the threatening letters from her lawyer, all of it. Thanks. Stay by your phone. Hour later, he called back. Just letting you know, we're not pursuing this. Her story doesn't match the evidence. The footage you sent shows she's been the one initiating contact. We advised her to stop contacting you. She filed a false police report. We didn't charge her, but we made it clear any future false reports would be taken seriously. I'd recommend getting a restraining order if she keeps this up. So she tried to get me arrested for something she was doing to me. That was it. Called my lawyer first thing Thursday morning. File for a restraining order. Now. She's escalating. Already drafting it. Between the false police report, the eviction attempt, the harassment, and showing up at your apartment, we have more than enough. Friday afternoon, she got served. Temporary restraining order. No contact. Stay 100 yards away pending hearing. My phone exploded. Her friends, her family, everyone. Her sister, a restraining order? Are you insane? Her mom, this is harassment. We're getting our lawyer. Her dad, you're destroying her life over nothing. Blocked everyone, every single number. My lawyer called that evening. Her attorney reached out. They want to negotiate. Negotiate what? They'll drop all claims to the ring and wedding deposits if you drop the restraining order and delete the video. No. You sure? It's a clean break. She tried to get me evicted, arrested, and fired. She doesn't get to walk away clean. Restraining order stays. Video stays. Ring is already sold anyway. Wait, you sold it? Yesterday. Got $12,500. Used it to pay off my car and take my brother to Vegas. He laughed. You're my new favorite client. Final update, restraining order hearing was 2 weeks ago. She showed up with her parents and a lawyer. Different lawyer, better one this time. Judge reviewed everything. The video, the false police report, the attempted eviction, the harassment at my work, the camera footage, all of it. Her lawyer argued that the restraining order was retaliatory and unnecessary, and that my ex was just trying to communicate. Judge looked at her lawyer like he was stupid. Your client filed a false police report, attempted to have the petitioner evicted through false claims, showed up at his workplace, and has been documented on camera at his residence multiple times despite being told to leave. That's not communication, that's harassment. Restraining order granted. 1 year. No contact. My ex started crying. Her mom stood up and started yelling at the judge about how this was unfair and her daughter was the victim. Bailiff escorted them out. Her lawyer caught me in the hallway after. Look, my client is willing to settle this quietly. She'll sign a mutual non-disparagement agreement. You both move on. No. She tried to ruin my life. She can deal with the consequences. You're making this harder than it needs to be. She made it hard, I'm just finishing it. He walked away. Since then, things have been quiet. Legally, she can't contact me. Hasn't stopped her from trying through other people, but I just forward everything to my lawyer and block the numbers. Heard through the grapevine what's been happening. Wedding venue kept the deposit, $8,000 gone. Caterer kept half, $3,000. Photographer kept $500. Her dress was already altered, non-refundable, $4,000. She's out about $16,000. Her parents covered most of it, but apparently they're pissed. Made her move back home. Her sister stopped talking to her. The sister had to cancel her own vacation to help deal with the financial mess, and she's bitter. The maid of honor isn't in the wedding party anymore. My ex blamed her for not stopping her from drinking at the party. Their friendship imploded. Several of her friends quietly apologized to me, said they'd been uncomfortable with how she talked about me behind my back, but didn't want drama. Now they feel stupid. Her job situation got weird. She works in marketing. Someone there saw the video. It spread around the office. She's looking for a new job because everyone knows her as the ring girl. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. Moved into a new apartment last month. Fresh start. Nicer place, better area, no memories. Started therapy, working through trust issues. My therapist says I handled everything well, that setting boundaries wasn't cruel, it was necessary. Not dating yet, not ready, maybe in a few months. Right now I'm just enjoying not walking on eggshells around someone who secretly resented me. The ring money paid off my car loan and funded a trip with my brother. No regrets. Some people online said I humiliated her unnecessarily, that I should have handled it privately, given her a chance to explain when sober. To those people, nah. She said what she said in public. She gets consequences in public. She spent 4 years pretending to love me while actually loving the lifestyle in the ring. She didn't value me. She valued what I represented. And the second she admitted that, drunk or not, she lost all claim to my time, energy, or ring. Did I love her? Yeah. Does it hurt sometimes? Sure. Late at night when I remember the good times. But then I remember she was performing the whole time, and the hurt turns into relief. I dodged a marriage to someone who would have resented me daily while spending my money. Someone who would have eventually cheated or left anyway, but only after securing as much as she could. The ring was just a symptom. The disease was her entitlement, her belief that she deserved luxury just for existing. And I refuse to be someone's ATM with a pulse. That's it. That's where I'm at. Single, ringless, $12,500 richer, and honestly okay with it. The trash took itself out. I just held the door. To anyone going through something similar, trust your gut. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Don't let anyone guilt you into accepting less than you deserve because you've invested time. 4 years is a long time. 40 years would have been way worse. Thanks for reading Reddit. Time to move on for real now. P.S. If my ex is reading this, and I know you are, here's your closure. We're done. Forever. Stop trying. The person you wanted to marry for his wallet has moved on. Find another one. Or better yet, buy your own ring next time. My girlfriend demanded, buy me an engagement ring now, or I'm leaving. After 1 month of dating, I replied, I choose option 2. Her jaw dropped. She thought I was bluffing until I actually left. Her backtracking started when I, 29 male, matched with this girl on a dating app about 6 weeks ago. She was gorgeous, funny, and seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. First few dates were incredible. We clicked on everything: movies, music, even our weird obsession with true crime podcasts. I was cautiously optimistic, After a string of mediocre dates over the past year, I thought maybe I'd finally found someone worth investing in. We'd been officially dating for exactly 1 month. 31 days to be precise. I remember because what happened next is seared into my brain. We were at dinner. Nothing fancy, just a casual Italian place I like. She'd been acting weird all evening, checking her phone constantly, giving me these loaded looks. I figured maybe she was stressed about work or something. Then she put down her fork, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "I think it's time we had a serious conversation about our future." Okay? I was confused. We'd literally just started dating. I need to know you're serious about me, about us. I mean, yeah, I like you a lot. That's why we're here. She shook her head like I wasn't getting it. No, I mean serious. I need commitment. Real commitment. What exactly are you asking? She pulled out her phone and showed me a screenshot of an engagement ring. Not just any ring, a 2-carat oval diamond from a designer brand. I recognized the site. That thing was easily $18,000. I need you to buy me this by the end of the month. I actually laughed, not to be mean. I genuinely thought she was joking. Good one. Her face didn't change. I'm not joking. I'm 27, and I've wasted too much time on men who weren't serious. If you can't show me you're committed by buying me an engagement ring, then we're done. I'm leaving. I stared at her for what felt like a full minute. My brain was doing that thing where it's trying to process information that doesn't compute. We've been dating for a month. And you want me to propose? After a month? I want you to prove you're serious. The ring is proof. My best friend's boyfriend bought her a promise ring after 2 weeks because he knew she was the one. If you can't do the same, then clearly I'm not that important to you. The entitlement was so thick I could taste it. Like, actually taste it, mixing with my chicken parm. So let me get this straight, I said slowly. Your ultimatum is, buy you an $18,000 engagement ring after 31 days of dating, or you're leaving. That's what I said. I nodded. Took a sip of my water, set it down carefully. I choose option 2. Her face did this thing, like a computer screen freezing before it crashes. Complete system failure. What? Option 2. Option 2. You leaving. I choose that. You're joking? Nope. I flagged down the waiter. Can we get the check, please? Split it. You can't be serious right now. Dead serious. You just asked me to spend almost 20 grand on a ring for someone I've known for a month. That's not romantic. That's financial insanity. She started sputtering. But I thought we had something special. We had potential, past tense, because anyone who gives an ultimatum like this after 4 weeks isn't looking for a partner. They're looking for a provider with no boundaries. The waiter brought the check. I put down my card for my half. She just sat there, mouth opening and closing like a goldfish that just discovered betrayal. Wait. Her tone shifted completely. Softer now. Pleading. I didn't mean it like that. I was just testing you. Testing me? To see if you'd fight for me. To see if you'd say you'd do anything to keep me. So the test was, giving me an ultimatum about an engagement ring? My therapist says I have attachment issues because of my dad, and sometimes I push people away to see if they'll stay. I signed the receipt. Your therapist sounds like they have job security, but that's not my problem to fix. You're really leaving? I stood up. You gave me 2 options. I picked one. Good luck with everything. I walked out of that restaurant feeling a weird mix of emotions. Part of me was genuinely disappointed. I'd actually liked her. But mostly I felt relieved, like I'd dodged a bullet I didn't even know was coming. Got home, poured myself a whiskey, and thought that was the end of it. Spoiler, it was not the end of it. Update 1 week later. So remember how I thought walking out of that restaurant would be the end of this situation? Yeah, my inbox says otherwise. The text started about 2 hours after I left. At first they were apologetic. I'm so sorry, I panicked. Please give me another chance. I didn't mean any of it. You're the best guy I've ever dated. Then they got weird. You're going to regret walking away from me. Do you know how many guys want to date me? You're a coward who can't handle a real woman. Fine, be single forever then. Then back to apologetic. I miss you so much. I've never felt this way about anyone. Please just call me. I promise I'll be better. This went on for 3 days. I didn't respond to any of it. Just let her burn herself out. My phone was blowing up with these emotional pendulum swings, and honestly, it just confirmed I made the right call. Thursday night, I'm watching basketball when my doorbell rings. I check the camera. It's her mom, a woman I'd met exactly once briefly when I picked her up for a date. Now she's on my doorstep at 8 p.m. looking like she's ready for war. I opened the door because honestly, I was curious what angle this was going to be. "We need to talk about what you did to my daughter." "Good evening to you too. What exactly did I do?" "You humiliated her. Left her at a restaurant. She's been crying for days. She can barely eat. You broke her heart and you don't even care." "Ma'am, your daughter demanded I buy her an $18,000 engagement ring after 1 month of dating. I declined. That's what happened." Her face twisted into something between disbelief and contempt. "That ring was a test. She was testing your commitment." "Interesting." She said the same thing. "Still seems like a weird test. Most people just ask, 'Where do you see this going?' like normal humans." "You don't understand. My daughter has been through a lot. Her last boyfriend strung her along for 2 years before dumping her. She just needs security. She needs to know a man won't waste her time. I'm sorry she went through that. Genuinely. But her response to past trauma can't be demanding a stranger spend 20 grand to prove his worth. You're not a stranger. You've been dating for 31 days. I've had gym memberships longer than our relationship. I've got leftovers in my fridge older than what we had." She huffed, crossing her arms. "You men are all the same. Can't handle a woman who knows what she wants. I can handle direct communication just fine. What I can't handle is ultimatums designed to manipulate me into proving myself through expensive purchases. That's not knowing what you want, that's playing games. My daughter is not playing games, she's protecting herself. By demanding an engagement ring from someone she barely knows? That's not protection, that's control. You're twisting this around. She deserves someone who will fight for her." "Ma'am, she told me to leave or buy a ring. I'm not fighting for someone who treats a relationship like a hostage negotiation." She pointed her finger at me, her voice rising. "She's going to find someone better, someone who appreciates her, someone who recognizes her worth, and you'll be kicking yourself." "I hope she does find someone, sincerely. But that person isn't me. Now if you'll excuse me, my game is on." She left in a huff, probably to report back to her daughter that I was heartless or emotionally unavailable or whatever. I went back to my basketball game. My team was down by 12. Still a better evening than dinner with an ultimatum. But here's where it gets interesting. Friday afternoon, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Against my better judgment, I answered. "Hi, this is her sister. Before you hang up, I just want to apologize for my family." "Okay, that was unexpected. Go on." "What she did was insane. I told her not to do it, but she wouldn't listen. She was convinced you'd cave because all men do when they're scared of losing you." Direct quote from our mother, by the way. Your mother seems involved. That's putting it mildly. Mom is enabling this because she did the same thing to our dad, demanded an engagement after 2 months or she'd leave. Dad caved because he was young and stupid and thought he was in love. They've been miserably married for 30 years. Mom thinks it's a winning strategy. She taught my sister the playbook. That explains a lot, actually. Look, I'm not calling to get you to take her back. I'm calling because you should know she's telling everyone a very different version of events. My stomach dropped a little. What version? That you two were basically engaged, that you'd been talking about marriage for months, and that you suddenly ghosted her because you got cold feet. She's saying you led her on, made all these promises, and then abandoned her when things got real. We dated for 1 month. We never discussed marriage. Not once. I know, I saw the timeline. I was there when she showed me your texts, which, by the way, were totally normal getting to know you stuff. But she's convinced herself of this narrative, and our mom is backing her up because mom sees herself in the situation. Why are you telling me this? Because she's already reached out to your friend, the one who set you guys up, told her you're a commitment phobe who toys with women's emotions. I felt like you deserved to know before the narrative takes hold. I thanked her and hung up. Then I immediately called my buddy who'd made the initial introduction. Dude, I was literally about to call you. he said. What the hell happened? She said you guys were practically engaged and you bailed on her out of nowhere. I told him the real story. All of it. The ultimatum, the ring demand, the test, the mother showing up at my door. Long pause. Then, bro, that's insane. She seemed so normal. I know. Like, genuinely normal. That's why I set you up. I thought you'd be good together. They always seem normal at first, man. The mask comes off eventually. He said he'd set the record straight with anyone who asked. Small relief, but I appreciated it. That night, she texted again, this time from a different number. I'd blocked her main one after the third day of bombardment. I know my sister called you. She's always been jealous of me and tries to sabotage my relationships. Whatever she said, it's not true. She does this every time. I didn't respond. Fine, be that way. You're going to regret this when I'm married to someone amazing, and you're still alone scrolling through dating apps. I screenshot everything. Something told me I might need receipts later. The story she was spinning was the exact opposite of reality, and I wasn't about to let her rewrite history. Update 2, 2 weeks later. Alright, things escalated in a direction I genuinely didn't see coming. So after the sister's warning about the narrative being spread, I did some damage control. Talked to a few mutual acquaintances, calmly explained what actually happened. Most people were shocked. The girl I'd been dating had apparently seemed so put together and mature to everyone. She really asked for an $18,000 ring after a month, one friend asked, showed me the screenshot and everything, told me I had until the end of the month. Bro, that's deranged. But here's where the entitlement reached new heights. Last Tuesday, I'm at work when I get a LinkedIn message from her on LinkedIn, my professional networking site. I think we need to discuss this like professionals. You've been spreading lies about me and damaging my reputation. I have screenshots of people asking me about the engagement ring incident. This is defamation and I'm considering legal action. Please contact me to resolve this before it goes further. I read it 3 times, then I forwarded it to my lawyer buddy to ask if this was even remotely a real threat. His response? Well, no, truth is an absolute defense to defamation. Also, she'd have to prove damages. She's bluffing. Also, who threatens legal action on LinkedIn? I didn't respond to the LinkedIn message, but I did screenshot it, added it to my growing collection. Wednesday morning, I'm grabbing coffee before work at my regular spot when I see her standing outside the shop. Not a coincidence. This is my go-to place, and she knew that from our dates. She'd mentioned it was convenient. We need to talk. No, we don't. You can't just ignore me forever. We had something real. We had 31 days and a demand for expensive jewelry. That's what we had. I've changed. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I realize I came on too strong. I was scared, and I handled it wrong. That's great. Personal growth is important. Still don't want to date you. Why are you being so cold? I made one mistake. One, after everything we shared. Demanding an engagement ring after a month isn't a mistake. It's a red flag the size of a highway billboard. And everything we shared was 1 month of dinners and texts. That's it. My therapist says I was operating from a place of fear and past trauma and that I need to communicate better, and I'm glad you're in therapy. Genuinely, but I'm not interested in being someone's practice dummy while they work through their issues. Find someone who signs up for that. So that's it? You're just done? Just like that? I was done 3 weeks ago when you gave me an ultimatum. Everything since then has just been confirmation I made the right choice. She started crying. Right there on the sidewalk outside the coffee shop. Full tears, mascara running, the whole thing. You don't understand what it's like to be a woman in the dating world, to constantly wonder if guys are serious or just wasting your time, to have your biological clock ticking while men play games. I understand dating is hard for everyone, but the solution isn't demanding proof of commitment before you've earned any. That just guarantees you'll end up with either doormats or no one. Earned? What do I have to earn? I gave you everything. Trust, compatibility, a foundation, the normal things that come from actually getting to know someone over time. You can't skip to the end. I gave you everything, my time, my attention, my vulnerability, for 31 days, and then you demanded $20,000 worth of jewelry as proof I was serious. That's not vulnerability, that's a transaction. She wiped her eyes aggressively, and then her tone shifted. That pleading sadness morphed into something harder, something bitter. You know what? Fine. You want to be alone forever? Be alone, but don't come crawling back when you realize what you lost. Don't come begging when you see me happy with someone else. Noted. Have a good day. She stormed off down the sidewalk. I got my coffee, black, no drama. That Friday I got a text from an unknown number. A screenshot of a group chat. Her mom, and apparently some of her friends. The messages were discussing me. Her mom, he's clearly gay. No straight man would turn down a beautiful woman like you. It makes no sense otherwise. Friend 1, or he's broke. Maybe he couldn't afford the ring and was embarrassed. Some guys lie about having money. Her, he makes good money. He's just cheap and doesn't want to commit to anyone. He probably has commitment issues from childhood. Friend 2, you dodged a bullet, honestly. A real man would have at least tried to negotiate or offered something. He didn't even try. I'm just so hurt. I really thought he was different. I really thought he was the one. You'll find someone better, sweetie. Someone who recognizes your worth. Someone who knows that a woman like you deserves the best. Friend 1. Queen behavior, honestly. You set your standards and he couldn't meet them. His loss. The text came with a message. Thought you should see what they really think of you. Also thought you should see how deep the delusion goes. Sister. I texted back, thanks for the heads up, appreciate it. Why are you doing this though? Because my family has been pulling this manipulation playbook my whole life, and I'm tired of watching innocent people get caught in it. My sister did this to her last boyfriend too. Told everyone he was the villain who couldn't commit. He wasn't. He just didn't want to be controlled. What happened to him? Moved away after 6 months. Couldn't deal with the social fallout. Our mom went to his workplace once. He had to explain to HR why some crazy woman was crying in the lobby. I felt bad for him. Don't want that happening to you. That hit different. I hadn't considered that there might be a pattern here, that I might not be the first guy she'd tried this with. Made me feel less like I'd dodged a bullet and more like I'd sidestepped a whole firing squad. Update 3. 5 weeks later. Final update. Alright, bringing this saga to a close because honestly, I'm tired of living it. After the group chat screenshot, I went full no contact. Blocked every number she texted from. There were 4 more attempts after the coffee shop incident. Made my social media private. Told mutual friends I didn't want updates unless something directly affected me. Just went about my life. But the universe apparently wasn't done delivering consequences, and I didn't have to lift a finger. My buddy, the one who introduced us, texted me last week that he'd run into her at a mutual friend's birthday party. Said she was in rare form, telling the same martyred story to anyone who would listen. I'd led her on. We were basically engaged. I abandoned her when things got serious. But this time, someone at the party actually knew the real story. A coworker of mine was there. I had no idea he knew this mutual friend. Small world. He'd heard me venting about the situation in the break room weeks ago and knew the actual timeline. He spoke up when she was mid-story. Wait, hold up. Didn't you guys only date for like a month? And didn't you demand he buy you an engagement ring or you'd leave him? The whole conversation stopped. Everyone looked at her. She tried to backtrack, her face going red. That's not. He's twisting things around. It wasn't like that. He's been spreading lies about me. Dude showed me the texts, my coworker said. He had screenshots. The ring cost $18,000. You guys had been dating 31 days. Silence. Then someone actually laughed. Not a mean laugh, just a genuine, what the hell laugh of disbelief. Is that true? The birthday girl asked her. She tried to explain. It was a test. I was testing his commitment. If he really loved me, he would have. After 1 month? Birthday girl cut her off. Girl, that's not a test. That's a red flag. She apparently left the party shortly after. My buddy said the look on her face was pure mortification. The narrative she'd been crafting for weeks fell apart in 30 seconds. But here's where karma really delivered. Turns out, her pattern of behavior wasn't limited to romantic relationships. Her sister reached out one more time to give me an update I didn't ask for, but certainly appreciated. She got fired from her job last week. What happened? Same playbook she used on you. Her boss gave her constructive criticism about a project, said she needed to improve her attention to detail on client deliverables. Pretty standard stuff. She responded by demanding a promotion and a raise, threatening to quit if she didn't get them within 2 weeks. Said she'd been working there for 8 months and deserved recognition for her commitment and talent. Let me guess, they chose option 2? Yep. HR told her they'd accept her resignation effective immediately, except she thought they were bluffing. She showed up on Monday expecting them to have caved, maybe even apologize. They'd already boxed up her desk. Security walked her out. That's actually kinda sad. It is sad, but she won't learn. Mom's already telling her the boss was threatened by her and couldn't handle a woman who knew her worth. Same script, different target. Does she ever think maybe the common denominator in all these situations is her? No. And Mom makes sure she never has to. Every time she fails at something, Mom's there to tell her it's everyone else's fault. That's why I'm getting out. I'm moving across the country next month. Starting fresh somewhere, the family drama can't reach me. I told her I hope things got better for her. She seemed like the one sane person in that whole family tree. As for the ex herself, last I heard through the grapevine, she's living back with her parents, telling everyone she's taking time to focus on herself and healing from toxic relationships. Apparently her dating app profile now says, looking for a man who knows how to treat a woman like a priority, not an option. No games. The irony writes itself. About 2 weeks ago, her mom sent me a friend request on social media. I didn't accept, but I did show my buddy. What do you think she wants? Probably to yell at you some more, or try to guilt you into something. Think I should block her? Definitely. So I did. Whatever closure she was looking for, she wasn't getting it from me. The sister sent me one final message before she moved. She's still talking about you. Still convinced you'll come back eventually. Mom tells her you'll realize what you lost and come crawling back. She's waiting. She's gonna be waiting a long time. I know. I told her that. She said I don't understand true love. I said true love doesn't come with a price tag and a deadline. That made me laugh. At least one person in that family got it. As for me, I'm doing all right. Not gonna lie, the whole experience made me cautious about dating for a bit. Spent a few weeks just hanging with friends, focusing on work, enjoying being single without the pressure. Started seeing someone new about 3 weeks ago. 4 dates in now. She's cool, normal, grounded, no ultimatums, no tests, no demand for proof of commitment. Just 2 people trying to figure out if they like each other enough to keep hanging out. Wild concept, I know. We got coffee last weekend, different shop than my old regular, didn't want to risk any ambush conversations, and she asked why I'd been single for a while before her. Bad experience, I said. How bad? I gave her the Cliff Notes version. Her eyes got wider with each detail. She demanded an engagement ring after a month? Yup. $18,000? Yup. And when you said no, she sent her mom to your house? Yup. And then she showed up at your coffee shop crying? Yup. She stirred her latte thoughtfully, then looked at me with something like respect. You walked out. Most guys would have tried to negotiate or keep the peace. Wasn't interested in negotiating with someone who opens with ultimatums. That's not how healthy relationships work. Good. Anyone who issues ultimatums like that is trying to control you, not love you. That right there? That's the response of someone healthy. Someone who understands that real relationships are built on time and trust, not manufactured crises designed to test your loyalty. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I'd caved. If I'd been so afraid of losing her that I'd agreed to the ring, started down that path of constantly proving myself through purchases and gestures, I'd probably be miserable right now. Trapped in a relationship where I was always one failed test away from being the villain. Instead, I'm free. Dating someone who actually likes me for me. No games, no manipulation, no scorekeeping. The craziest part? Her mom apparently still tells people I was the problem, that I couldn't handle a strong woman who knew her worth. But fewer and fewer people are buying it now. The truth got around. My coworker told me that at that birthday party, after she left, someone said, "Man, Imagine being so entitled that you give someone an ultimatum and then get mad when they take you up on it. Pretty much sums up the whole situation. To anyone out there dealing with something similar, trust your gut. When someone tries to force commitment through ultimatums instead of earning it through consistency, that's not love. That's control in a romantic costume. And you're allowed to walk away no matter how much they cry or how many family members show up at your door. She played a stupid game, she won a stupid prize, and I got to keep my dignity and my 18 grand. No regrets, not a single one. I caught my girlfriend liking shirtless gym photos of her ex at 3 a.m. She said, "You're insecure." I said, "Maybe." Then I started commenting heart emojis on her sister's Instagram posts. Her family intervention call 2 days later started with, "I, 29 male, couldn't sleep. Work stress, you know how it is." So there I was at 3:17 a.m., scrolling through my phone like an idiot, when I saw my girlfriend's 27 activity on Instagram. She'd liked 8 photos, all of her ex, all of them shirtless gym pics from the past month. The kind where he's clearly flexing for the camera, making that douchey face guys make when they want validation. We've been together 2 years. Living together for 6 months, I thought we were solid. I walked to the bedroom, she was asleep, phone on the nightstand, face peaceful. Part of me wanted to wake her up right there. But I'm not that guy. I went back to the couch. Morning comes. I made coffee, waited for her to wake up, casual approach. "Hey, random question. Why were you liking your ex's gym photos last night?" She looked up from her phone. "What? Instagram? 3 a.m. You liked a bunch of his posts." She laughed. Not a nervous laugh, a dismissive one. "Are you seriously checking my Instagram activity? That's pathetic." I wasn't checking anything, it showed up in my feed. So what if I liked them? We're friends, he posts workout content. I support people's fitness journeys. 8 shirtless photos in a row is supporting his fitness journey? She put her coffee down. "Oh my God. You're really doing this? Being all insecure and controlling?" "I'm not being controlling. I'm asking why you're liking your ex's thirst traps at 3 a.m. "Thirst traps?" She actually raised her voice. "They're gym photos. He's proud of his progress. You're making this weird because you're insecure about your body." Low blow. I've gained maybe 15 pounds since we moved in together. Stress, eating, whatever. But I'm not insecure about it. This isn't about my body. It clearly is. You see him looking good, and you get threatened. That's a you problem. Maybe hit the gym instead of stalking my Instagram at 3 a.m. I just looked at her. The gaslighting was immediate and total. In under 2 minutes, I went from having a legitimate concern to being the bad guy. "You're right," I said. "Maybe I am insecure." She smiled, triumphant. "Thank you. I appreciate you admitting that. We all have things to work on." She kissed my forehead and left for work. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes. Then I pulled up Instagram, her sister's account, the one who posts selfies constantly, the one my girlfriend always says is desperate for attention. I started commenting, heart emojis, on every post from the past month. That's it. Just the heart emoji, no words, no explanation. Did it on maybe 20 posts, her workout selfies, her coffee shop selfies, her feeling cute might delete selfies. All of them. Then I went to work. 2 days later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. "We need to talk about your inappropriate behavior toward my daughter." Her mom. "Great. Hi. Which daughter are we talking about?" "Don't play games. You know exactly what you've been doing. My youngest daughter is extremely uncomfortable with your attention." The heart emojis? Yes, she showed us all the comments. It's harassment. It's harassment to leave a heart emoji on someone's public Instagram post. You know what you're doing. You're trying to make my other daughter jealous. You're playing sick mind games. Actually, I was just supporting her fitness journey. She posts workout content and I wanted to be supportive. Silence. Then this isn't funny. I agree. It's not funny when someone's partner shows interest in other people's bodies on social media and then gaslights them about it. My daughter told us what happened. You attacked her for liking her friend's photos, a friend she's known since high school, her ex-boyfriend. They ended things years ago. They're friends now, and instead of dealing with your jealousy like an adult, you're harassing her baby sister. I left heart emojis on public posts. That's not harassment. That's engagement. We're having a family meeting about this. Sunday, 2 p.m. You need to be there and apologize to both my daughters. Pass. Excuse me? I'm not coming to a family intervention because I left heart emojis on Instagram. That's ridiculous. If you don't come, we'll assume you're not serious about this relationship. Cool, assume away. I hung up. My girlfriend came home an hour later. Furious. What is wrong with you? Hey babe, how was work? Don't hey babe me. My sister called me crying. You've been harassing her online. I left some heart emojis. You left them on everything. You made her uncomfortable. She thinks you're hitting on her. That's weird. I thought heart emojis just meant support and friendship, like when you leave them on your ex's shirtless gym photos. Her face went red. That's completely different. How? Because he's my friend. You don't even know my sister like that. I've met her like 15 times. We're friends on Instagram. She posts public content. I engaged with it. You did it to get back at me. Did I? Or did I just appreciate her fitness journey? Everyone knows what you did. My mom, my dad, my sister. They all think you're a creep now. Because I left heart emojis. Because you're obsessed with her, making her uncomfortable to punish me for your insecurity. Nah. I'm just being supportive. Like you. She grabbed her purse. I'm staying at my parents' tonight. We'll see if you're ready to apologize on Sunday. I'm not coming Sunday. Then we're done. She left. I ordered pizza and played video games. Felt weird. But also, lighter. The Sunday meeting happened without me. Obviously. But the fallout has been absolutely unhinged. My girlfriend stayed at her parents' for 3 days. Radio silence. Then Thursday morning I got a group text. From her entire family. Her mom, dad, sister, and 2 cousins I'd met once at a barbecue. The message, an open letter to me. I'm not joking. They wrote an open letter in the group text. It was 8 paragraphs long. The highlights. I was weaponizing social media to manipulate and control. My behavior showed dangerous patterns of obsession. I needed to seek professional help immediately. The sister was traumatized by my unwanted advances. I owed them all apologies, especially the sister. If I truly loved my girlfriend, I'd do the work to fix myself. 8 paragraphs, in a group text that I never asked to be added to. I replied, lol, then muted the chat. 10 minutes later, my girlfriend called. Did you seriously just reply lol to my family's genuine concern? Your family wrote an 8-paragraph intervention text about heart emojis. Yes, I replied lol. They're trying to help us. By calling me dangerous and obsessed, that's helping? You are being obsessed. You're fixated on my sister. I'm really not. Then why won't you apologize? Because I didn't do anything wrong. I left heart emojis on public Instagram posts. That's it. Meanwhile, you're still following your ex, still liking his posts, and somehow I'm the bad guy. Oh my God, we're back to this? We never left this. You just tried to make it about something else. You know what? Fine. You want to make this about him? I'll prove there's nothing there. She hung up. An hour later, she posted on Instagram a long caption about setting boundaries and protecting your peace, and how some people can't handle when you have healthy friendships with exes. Didn't name me, but everyone knew. The comments were exactly what you'd expect. Her friends rallying around her. Lots of "you deserve better" and "red flags girl" and "controlling men are the worst." Her ex commented, "Always here for you." I screenshot it. Didn't post it anywhere. Just saved it. That weekend, her sister DM'd me on Instagram. Can we talk? Sure. I want you to know I never said I was traumatized. Mom made that up. I was just confused why you were commenting on my stuff. Interesting. I appreciate you saying that. But like, why did you do it? Was it because of my sister? Honestly? Yeah. She was liking her ex's shirtless photos at 3 a.m., told me I was insecure for noticing, so I did the same thing to her sister to prove a point. That's actually kind of funny. Your family didn't think so. My family is being ridiculous. They always take her side. She can do no wrong. I'm noticing that pattern. For what it's worth, I don't think you're obsessed with me. And the heart emojis were whatever. I've gotten way creepier comments from actual strangers. Thanks. But you should know, she's been talking to him a lot. EX. Like a lot. How do you know? I see your phone sometimes when I'm over there. His name pops up constantly, and she gets weird about it, hides the screen. Huh. I probably shouldn't have told you that. I appreciate it though. Are you guys gonna break up? Probably. Yeah, probably for the best. The conversation ended. I felt validated but also tired. The relationship was clearly over, but neither of us had said it officially yet. Monday morning, my girlfriend came back, walked in like nothing happened. I'm willing to move past this if you are. Move past what? All of it. The Instagram thing, the family drama, everything. Fresh start. What about your ex? She sighed. What about him? Your sister says you talk to him constantly. Her face changed. She told you that? That little? So it's true? We text sometimes, as friends. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're obsessed with controlling who I talk to. I don't care who you talk to, but don't gaslight me about it. Don't tell me I'm insecure when you're clearly not over him. I am over him. Then why hide your phone when you text him? Why get defensive every time I mention it? Because you make it weird. You turn everything into some big conspiracy. Your family wrote an 8-paragraph intervention about heart emojis. Who's making things weird? She grabbed her coffee mug, the one that says, "Good vibes only." Ironic. I came back here to fix things, to give us another chance, and you're throwing it in my face. I didn't throw anything. I asked a question. You know what? I can't do this. I can't be with someone who doesn't trust me. Cool. She blinked. Cool? That's all you have to say? What do you want me to say? You want to break up because I don't trust you. Liking your ex's thirst traps and hiding texts from him. Okay, let's break up. You're not even gonna fight for us? Fight for what? You've spent 2 weeks making me the villain because I noticed you were being inappropriate with your ex. Your whole family thinks I'm a creep because I proved a point. Why would I fight for this? She started crying. I can't believe you're giving up this easily. You literally just said you can't be with me. I didn't mean it. I was upset. I'm tired. You want to leave? Leave. You want to stay? Fine, but things need to change. You block him. You stop making me feel crazy for having normal concerns. You tell your family to back off. That's controlling. No, that's boundaries. You won't do it, which means this is over. She wiped her eyes. Fine, I'll pack my stuff this weekend. Okay. She left for work, didn't come back that night or the next night. She came to get her stuff with her dad and sister. Not the sister who messaged me, the other one who's apparently traumatized by heart emojis. The dad tried to be civil at first. Hey, sorry it came to this. Me too. She's pretty torn up about it, I'm sure. She really loved you, you know. Did she? He looked uncomfortable. That's not fair. What's not fair? She gaslit me about her ex, got her entire family involved over Instagram hearts, and now I'm the bad guy. What part is fair? You hurt her sister. I actually laughed. No, I didn't. Your daughter's hurt. I didn't worship the ground she walks on while she emotionally cheated. Emotionally cheated? That's a bit dramatic. Is it? Ask her how many times she texted him last month. He didn't have an answer for that. They packed her stuff in silence. Took about 2 hours. I stayed in the living room, didn't help, didn't hinder. Just let them do their thing. As they were leaving, the traumatized sister stopped. You know everyone's talking about you, right? Am I supposed to care? Just thought you'd want to know. My sister's telling everyone you were abusive, that you isolated her from her friends and family. Did I? She's saying you did. Cool story. Tell her to be careful with defamation. The dad stepped in. Are you threatening legal action? Nope. Just pointing out that spreading lies about someone being abusive has consequences. She has every right to share her truth. Truth and lies are different things. She knows what happened. I know what happened. The actual truth is pretty simple. She got caught being inappropriate with her ex, made me the bad guy, and now she's mad I didn't beg her to stay. My ex appeared in the doorway. I heard that. Good. You're really going to sit here and act like you did nothing wrong. I asked you about concerning behavior. You called me insecure. I proved a point with the heart emojis. You escalated it into a family intervention. So no, I don't think I did anything wrong. The heart emojis were harassment. They were Instagram engagement on public posts. If that's harassment, what do you call liking your ex's shirtless photos at 3 a.m.? Supporting a friend. Right, and I was supporting your sister. Funny how that works. Her dad touched her arm. Let's just go. But she wasn't done. You never loved me. If you did, you'd fight for this. I'm not fighting for someone who won't respect basic relationship boundaries. Boundaries? You wanted me to block someone I've known for 10 years. I wanted you to stop being shady about texting your ex. There's a difference. I wasn't being shady. Your own sister told me you hide your phone when he texts. How is that not shady? Both sisters looked at each other. The younger one who messaged me looked away. You turned my family against me, my ex said quietly. I didn't do anything. You told them a version of events that made you the victim. I just exist. This is all your fault. Sure, keep telling yourself that. They left. Finally, I locked the door and sat on the couch. The apartment felt bigger, emptier, but not in a bad way. My phone buzzed. The younger sister, sorry about all that. Not your fault? She's really committed to the victim narrative. I noticed. For what it's worth, I told our parents the truth, that you weren't harassing me and she was being ridiculous. They didn't want to hear it. Appreciate you trying. Good luck with everything. You too. That was it. The relationship officially over. No dramatic finale, no epic confrontation, just done. Found out through mutual friends that she's dating her ex, officially. They made it Instagram official 3 weeks after we broke up, which means I was right, the whole time. But being right doesn't feel as good as you'd think. Her family's still telling people I was abusive, that I isolated her and controlled who she talked to. A few mutual friends bought it, most didn't. The ones who knew us both knew better. Lost some people in the breakup. That mutual friend group where she was the common link, they chose her. Makes sense. Not mad about it. The younger sister still messages sometimes, just checking in. She's cool. Feels weird, but also kind of nice to have someone from that family acknowledge I wasn't crazy. Last week, someone showed me a post she made about finding real love and someone who doesn't try to control you, and choosing yourself. The comments were full of support. Her ex commented, "Lucky me." I didn't react, didn't comment, didn't screenshot. Just let it be. People believe what they want to believe. She wanted to believe I was the problem because it was easier than admitting she checked out of our relationship months ago and kept me around as backup. The heart emoji thing was petty, I'll own that. It was deliberate and calculated and designed to prove a point. And it worked. It showed me exactly who she was when challenged. Someone who'd rather blow up a relationship than admit she was wrong. Do I regret it? Nah, saved me years of this cycle. Her getting caught, me pointing it out, her making me the villain. Over and over. Dating again now. Slowly. Trust issues are real, but working through them. Therapy helps. My therapist thought the heart emoji thing was maladaptive but effective communication. I'll take it. Ran into her mom at the grocery store last week. She saw me, turned around and went down a different aisle. Guess I'm still the bad guy in their story. Whatever. I know what happened. She knows what happened. That's enough. The apartment's mine now. New couch, new everything basically. Feels good to have space that's just mine. Her sister, the younger one, told me last week that the ex is already being weird, possessive about her phone, questioning who she's with. Karma's poetry. I guess. I didn't gloat. Just said that sucks, because it does suck. Even for someone who put me through all that, I don't wish that on her. Life's weird. 2 months ago I was planning our future. Now I'm planning my own future. Alone. And honestly, it's not bad. The heart emoji incident became this legendary story among my actual friends. They bring it up at bars, laugh about the absurdity of it. Remember when dude's girlfriend's family had an intervention over Instagram hearts? It's funny now. Wasn't then, but it is now. Learned a lot about boundaries, about gaslighting, about family dynamics and enabling, about when to walk away. Would I do anything different? Maybe not engage in petty Instagram warfare, but probably not. It got me out of a relationship that was dying anyway. Just accelerated the inevitable. She's happy with her ex, good for them. I'm happy being single and figuring my stuff out, good for me. That's it. No dramatic ending, no revenge plot, just life moving forward. Sometimes that's enough. My fiancé said at dinner party, honestly, if your dad were single, I'd date him instead. He's more successful. I responded, interesting confession. Then I told my dad everything the next day. When she showed up for family dinner, and Dad handed her a list of therapists saying, "You need professional help before marrying my son." I, 29 male, have been with my fiancé 27 for 2.5 years. Engaged for 6 months. Weddings planned for next spring. Venue booked, deposits paid, invitations designed. We split the costs 50-50, though I've contributed about $18,000 so far, and she's in for around $12,000. Her parents kicked in $5,000. Mine haven't contributed yet, but my dad said he'd cover the bar tab, which knowing my family will probably run $8,000 to $10,000 easy. My dad, 58, owns a commercial real estate development company. He's done well, really well. Lives in a 4,200 square foot house, drives a Tesla Model S, takes international trips twice a year. He earned it. Built the business from nothing over 30 years. I'm a structural engineer making $92,000 a year. Good salary, comfortable. I drive a 2021 Honda Accord, live in a nice 2-bedroom apartment, have savings. I'm not rich, but I'm doing fine. My fiancée works in pharmaceutical sales. Makes about $65K base plus commission. She does okay. Last Saturday, my college buddy threw a dinner party. 12 people total. Nice setup, catered food, good wine. His place overlooks the river. My fiancée wore this black dress she'd just bought, kept talking about how expensive it was. $380. I didn't say anything. We're sitting around the table, everyone's had a few drinks. Conversation lands on relationships and dating. Someone jokes about marrying up versus marrying for love. Everyone's laughing, sharing stories. Then my fiancé, out of absolutely nowhere, says, honestly, if his dad were single, I'd probably date him instead. He's way more successful. No offense, babe, but your dad's house, the Tesla, that's the life I want. The entire table went silent. I looked at her. What did you just say? She laughed, sipping her wine. I'm just being honest. Your dad is impressive. You're great, but like, he's really successful. You drive a Honda. It's a nice Honda. It's not a Tesla. My friend's girlfriend changed the subject fast, started talking about some movie, but the damage was done. Everyone kept glancing at me. My buddy's wife gave me this sympathetic look. I sat there for the rest of dinner, barely talking. My fiancée didn't seem to notice anything was wrong. She kept chatting, laughing, having a great time. We left around 10 p.m. Drove home in silence. Once inside our apartment, I finally spoke. We need to talk about what you said. She was taking off her heels. About what? About wanting to date my dad instead of me. Oh my God, it was a joke. Nobody was laughing, because everyone's too sensitive. I was just saying your dad is successful. It's a compliment. You said you'd date him instead of me. That's not a compliment to me. She rolled her eyes. You're seriously upset about this? Yeah, I am. You basically told a room full of our friends that I'm not good enough. I did not say that. I said your dad is more successful, which is true. He owns a company. You're an engineer. There's nothing wrong with being an engineer. I didn't say there was, but come on, let's be realistic. Your dad has the life I want. The nice house, the nice car, the nice vacations. You and I are still renting an apartment. We're 29 and 27. We're building toward that stuff. Your dad built faster. My dad's 30 years older than me. Exactly. He's established, successful. That's attractive. I stared at her. You just called my father attractive. Successful. I said successful. After saying you'd date him instead of me. Oh my God, you're twisting my words. We argued for another 30 minutes. She kept insisting it was a joke, that I'm being oversensitive, that everyone's making a big deal out of nothing. Finally, she went to bed. I slept on the couch. Next morning, she acted totally normal. Made coffee, kissed me, asked what I wanted for breakfast. Like the night before, never happened. After she left for work, I called my dad. Hey, you busy? Never too busy for you. What's up? I told him everything. The dinner party, the comment, the argument, her complete dismissal of my feelings. Long silence. She said that to your face? In front of people? Yup. And when you told her it hurt you, she said you're being sensitive? Basically. I heard him take a deep breath. Bring her over for dinner Friday. Tell her it's just regular family dinner. Don't tell her I know. What are you planning? I'm going to have a conversation with her. One she needs to hear. Dad, trust me on this. Friday, 6 p.m. All right? When my fiancé got home, I mentioned dinner at Dad's. Oh, fun. I love going to your dad's house. Should I bring wine? He said not to bring anything. Your dad's so generous. We should really try to get a house like his eventually. I didn't respond. Friday came. She spent an hour getting ready. Full makeup, nice outfit, kept checking herself in the mirror. Do I look okay? You look fine? Just fine? You look great. We drove to my dad's house. She was in a good mood, talking about her work, about wedding planning, about how we should ask my dad for recommendations on a honeymoon destination since he travels so much. My dad answered the door, gave me a hug, gave her a polite smile. Come in, dinner's ready. He'd made pot roast with vegetables and mashed potatoes. Everything laid out nicely on his dining room table. My fiancée complimented everything, the food, the house, the new art he'd hung up. This place is just incredible. Seriously, goals. My dad nodded. Thanks. We ate, small talk. She dominated the conversation, talking about wedding planning, the flowers she'd picked, the photographer, the venue. My dad listened, occasionally asking questions. Then, about 20 minutes in, he set down his fork. So I wanted to discuss something with both of you. My fiancée smiled. Of course. What's up? He reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper. Unfolded it carefully, slid it across the table to her. What's this? She asked, picking it up. A list of therapists in the area. I've already called and vetted them. They all have availability. I think you should see one before you marry my son. Her smile froze. I'm sorry, what? You need professional help. That list has 5 therapists who specialize in relationships and self-awareness. Pick one. Schedule an appointment. She looked at me. Is this a joke? I shook my head. No. She looked back at my dad. Why would I need therapy? Because of what you said at the dinner party last weekend, about how if I were single you'd date me instead of my son because I'm more successful. Her face went white. You told him? Yeah, I said. I did. That was private, my dad cut in. You said it at a dinner party in front of 12 people. It's not private. I was joking. Were you? My dad leaned forward. Because from what my son told me, when he confronted you about it, you didn't apologize. You defended it, said he's being too sensitive, said I have the life you want and he's just an engineer. I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? She stammered. I was complimenting you, saying you're successful. You can compliment someone without comparing them to their son and finding the son lacking. I wasn't finding him lacking. Weren't you? You told him and everyone else that you'd prefer to be with me because I have more money, a nicer house, a nicer car. That's not a compliment to me. That's an insult to him. She turned to me again. Babe, come on. Tell him he's overreacting. I stayed quiet. Oh my God, you're both ganging up on me. My dad shook his head. We're not ganging up. We're addressing something you said that was inappropriate and hurtful. Something you still haven't actually apologized for. I apologized. No, you didn't. You said he was being sensitive. That's not an apology. She stood up, chair scraping loudly. I don't have to sit here and be attacked. You're not being attacked. You're being told the truth. My son deserves someone who respects him for who he is, not someone who's using him as a stepping stone to get closer to my lifestyle. I'm not using him, aren't you? When's the last time you asked about his work, his projects, his life outside of how much money he makes or what car he drives? Silence. That's what I thought. My dad picked up his fork again. You need help, professional help, because if you marry my son with this mindset, you'll destroy him, and I won't let that happen. She grabbed her purse. This is insane. I'm leaving. That's your choice. She looked at me. Are you coming? No, I said. I'm staying for dinner. Are you serious right now? Yeah, fine. Don't expect me to be home when you get back. She stormed out. The door slammed so hard that a picture on the wall tilted. My dad took a bite of pot roast. This turned out pretty good. I laughed. Couldn't help it. Yeah, it did. You okay? Honestly, I don't know yet. That's fair. Take your time figuring it out. We finished dinner, watched some TV. I drove home around 10 p.m. She wasn't there. Texted her, where are you? Her, my mom's. Can't believe what just happened. Me, we were just honest with you. Your dad is completely out of line. He's right though. Whatever. I went to bed. Didn't sleep great. Update one Sunday morning, her mom called me. Not her, her mom. We need to discuss last night. Okay. You and your father ambushed my daughter. That's unacceptable. We didn't ambush her. We had a conversation about something she said. She was joking. Why is everyone so sensitive? It wasn't funny, it was disrespectful. You're blowing this completely out of proportion. She compliments your father and suddenly she's the villain? She didn't compliment my father. She said she'd date him instead of me because he has more money. She didn't mean it literally. Then what did she mean? Silence. Then, you know what? She deserves better than this. Better than you and your controlling father. If that's how she feels, she's welcome to leave. Maybe she will. Good. I hung up. About 2 hours later, my fiancée came back to the apartment. Eyes red, puffy from crying. We need to talk. All right? She sat down on the couch. I stayed standing. My mom thinks we should postpone the wedding. Why? Because clearly you and your dad don't respect me. We don't respect what you said. There's a difference. I apologized. When? When did you actually apologize? I said I'm sorry for phrasing it badly. That's not the same as apologizing for saying it in the first place. She threw her hands up. What do you want from me? To grovel? I want you to understand why what you said hurt me. Actually understand. Not just say words to make me shut up. I do understand. Do you? Because every conversation we've had about this, you've defended yourself, said I'm being too sensitive, said it was a joke. That's not understanding, that's deflecting. She started crying again. Why are you being like this? Like what? So cold. This isn't you. This is me finally paying attention to red flags I've been ignoring. Red flags? Yeah, like how you talk constantly about my dad's house, his car, his lifestyle, how you've never once asked about my work unless it's about salary or promotion potential, how you measure our relationship's success by material stuff instead of actual connection. That's not fair, isn't it? Name one project I'm currently working on. Silence. Exactly. You don't know because you don't care. You care about what I represent, access to my dad's world. That's not true. Then prove it. Tell me about my job. What am I working on? She just cried harder. I sighed. Look, I need space. Maybe you should stay at your mom's for a few days. Are you breaking up with me? I don't know yet. I need time to think. Over this? Over one stupid comment? It's not about one comment. It's about a pattern I'm finally seeing clearly. She packed a bag. Left again. I called my dad. How you holding up? She left. Her mom called me, said we ganged up on her. Sounds about right. Entitled people always have enabling parents. What do I do? That's your call, but ask yourself, can you marry someone who sees you as a downgrade from your father? Someone who's waiting for you to become me? I didn't have an answer. Over the next few days, she texted sporadically. Things like, are you done being mad? And, this is getting ridiculous. I didn't respond much. Then the wedding vendors started calling. First the venue. Hi, your fiancé called about possibly changing the date. We'd need to discuss fees. What? When did she call? This morning, she said you both wanted to postpone due to family issues. I didn't agree to that. Oh, well, she seemed certain. Should we proceed or? Don't change anything yet. I'll call you back. I called her immediately. What are you doing calling the venue? I'm being proactive. If we're postponing, we need to lock in a new date. Who said we're postponing? My mom thinks. Your mom doesn't get a vote. Well, someone needs to make decisions since you're ignoring me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm thinking. There's a difference. For how long? The wedding's in 6 months. We have deadlines. Maybe we shouldn't have a wedding. Silence. Then what? Maybe we shouldn't get married. You don't mean that. I'm starting to think I do. Over dad jokes? It's not a dad joke. Stop calling it that. You said something hurtful and refused to take responsibility. She hung up on me. About an hour later, her best friend called. What is wrong with you? Excuse me? She's devastated, crying constantly, all because you can't take a joke. It wasn't a joke. She was drunk. She had 3 glasses of wine. That's not drunk. You're tearing her apart over nothing. If it's nothing, why can't she just apologize sincerely? She has apologized. No, she hasn't. She's made excuses. You know what? She deserves someone who actually loves her, not someone who tears her down. I'm not tearing her down. I'm asking for basic respect. Whatever. Don't come crying when she moves on. She hung up. I was exhausted. This whole situation was exhausting. My dad came over that night with pizza. Heard the wedding might be postponed. How'd you hear that? Small world. Vendor I know mentioned it. She's calling vendors without telling me. Control move. She's panicking. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Honestly? I think I'm done. I can't marry someone who doesn't see what she did wrong. He nodded. That's valid. Her mom, her friends, everyone's acting like I'm the bad guy. That's what happens when entitled people face consequences. They rally the troops. We ate pizza, didn't talk about her much, just watched TV. The next morning, my fiancée showed up at the apartment. I was working from home. Can I come in? Yeah. She sat at the kitchen table. I stayed at my laptop. I've been thinking. Okay. I talked to a therapist. I looked up. You did? Yeah, one from the list your dad gave me. And? She said maybe I have some things to work on about how I view relationships and success. That's good that you're seeing that. But I also think you're being really harsh. It was one comment, and there it was. But. You're not getting it. I am getting it. I'm going to therapy because of this. You're going to therapy because you think it'll fix this, not because you actually believe you need it. How do you know what I believe? Because you just said one comment again like it's not a big deal. She stood up. You know what? Fine. If this is how you want it, fine. I'm done trying. Good. Good. She left. Again. Final update. That was 3 weeks ago. After she left that day, I called the wedding venue myself. Explained the situation. They said we could cancel, but we'd lose our $35,500 deposit. I said fine. Cancel it. Called the photographer, lost $800 there. Caterer, $1,200. Florist, $400. Total losses, about $6K for me. Her losses were around $3,500 based on what she'd paid. She flipped when she found out I'd canceled everything. You canceled our wedding without consulting me? You tried to postpone it without consulting me. I just made it permanent. I'm losing money. So am I. This is financial abuse. No, this is consequences. She threatened to sue me for her portion of the deposits. I told her to go ahead. My dad's lawyer sent her a letter explaining that since the engagement ended due to her behavior, she has no legal standing. She backed off. She kept the engagement ring. I told her to keep it. Didn't want it back. It cost me $4,200, but whatever. Small price for freedom. Her mom sent my dad a certified letter demanding he take accountability for ruining her daughter's future. His lawyer responded with a cease and desist for harassment. Haven't heard from them since. Through mutual friends, I heard she's already dating someone new. Some finance bro with a Porsche. Good for her. Hope he's successful enough. My dad and I have dinner every week now. Last week he asked how I'm doing. Good. Better than I thought. You made the right call. Think so? No so. She wanted a lifestyle, not a partner. He's right. Looking back, all the signs were there. The comments about my car, the obsession with his house, the way she'd get excited talking about future money but bored talking about actual life. I ignored it because I loved her, or thought I did. Maybe I just loved the idea of her. The therapist list is still on his fridge. A reminder, he says. Some people need help, most won't take it. True, I'm not dating yet. Not ready. My buddy's wife offered to set me up with someone, but I declined. Need time. The apartment feels emptier, but also lighter. I rearranged furniture, hung up art she hated, bought a new coffee table, making it mine. Friends have been supportive. Couple people said they always thought she was kind of materialistic but didn't want to say anything. Cool. Wish they'd said something earlier, but whatever. My dad helped me move furniture last weekend. After, we got beers. You're gonna be fine, he said. I know. Better than fine. You dodged a bullet. Yeah. Next time, pay attention to how someone talks about money. It tells you everything. He's right about that too. The engagement ring's still in her possession. She posted a photo of it on Instagram with some cryptic caption about things not going as planned. I'm blocked now, so I only saw it because a friend sent me a screenshot. Don't care. Let her keep it. What I learned, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When they compare you unfavorably to your parent, run. When they value stuff over substance, walk away. Took me too long to see it. But I got there. I'm good, really good. Single at 29, 6K poorer, emotionally exhausted but free. And that's worth more than any wedding. About everything, the therapist list, the conversation, the fact that she wouldn't change. Best dinner I ever had at his house. Even if it ended in engagement. Better to know now than after wedding vows. Way better.